Hello, everyone. Welcome to join our talk about China's information operation. Today, I'm going to share our threat intelligence approach to study the video-based Chinese InfoOps. And we are the Cyber Threat Analyst from Team T5. It's an honor to join with you all again in Sense CTI Summit. And this year, we found that China's InfoOps has entered a new era. Its new capability has created a new challenge for all democratic societies. And we hope our today's topic can shed light on this new challenge. Okay, my name is Chang. I'm the co-author of Team T5's operation white paper, and I have been focusing on the information operation research and underground market research. And in the past few years, I've been the invited speaker of many security conferences to talk about China's InfoOps. Okay.
So hello, everyone. I'm Silvia, and I'm also a cyber threat analyst in Team T5 CTI team. And my research interests includes OSINT, APT, information operation, and cyber policy in the Asia Pacific countries. So as mentioned just now, I have been in last year's CTI Summit, and that is just a great experience. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Team T5 is a Taiwan-based security company. We dedicated to study all kinds of cyber threats. Our primary focus is to help our clients to solve the problem created by APT. In the past few years, we studied to use cyber threat intelligence models to study the disinformation on social media. We apply the same mindset just like we group the APT malwares. We dissect and analyze the indicators left from these disinformation campaigns. And our threat intelligence about this InfoOps has helped our partners to better understand and defend China's InfoOps. Okay. Okay, this is today's outline. We will have 4 parts. First, I will discuss why using video in InfoOps is a new trend. And we will share our methodologies and how we adopt the threat intelligence framework into our research. The second part will show 4 kinds of video-based InfoOps and their TTPs. We will see how China amplify its preferred narratives on the Chinese video sharing platforms. And in the third part, Silvia will detail 2 significant video-based campaigns. One is about Xinjiang and the other is about Hong Kong. She will provide the analysis and how we attribute to these campaigns to one pro-China community. And finally, in our conclusion, we will provide the key takeaways for all stakeholders in the democratic society. Okay, oh, is it working?
If you click in,
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. First of all, I want to introduce the term InfoOps. InfoOps is a short from information operation. It is I think it's the newest topic for cybersecurity research. And it often called influence operation or information warfare on social media. And since 2016, we have been studying China's information operation on social media. And we collect and analyze multiple videos on major social media platforms used by China's state media or those pro-China botnets. Okay, here's the example. China has been amplifying its voice on social media for a long time, and it is getting good at this. For example, you can see China is accusing the US intelligence agency for being the culprit of the 2019 Hong Kong protests. And in the middle of the slide, you can see China's diplomat is amplifying a conspiracy theory, calling the US is actually the origin of the COVID-19. And on the right side, you can see a typical Xinjiang whitewashing video. I think the watching video online has become a new trend. You can see the TikTok is the most downloaded app, and the video on the social media are more eye-catching than text or images. So we have to use our, okay, is it working? Yes, okay. Because I can see my, oh, okay. Okay, we have our methodology is about, is still using the well-known diamond model. And among the four features, yes, among the four features, the most asked question is the how we attribute one campaign as state affiliate. And I think our answer is that we cannot have a direct evidence. So we divide all the actors. We categorize all the actors in the campaign to two kinds of category. One is the overt actors, which means these actors can have a direct linkage to the Chinese government. And the other one is covert actor, which they don't have a direct linkage to the Chinese government, but they have a lot of suspicious indicators. And we will collect these indicators such as the timeline, content, geolocation, and to identify these actors as have any kind of state sponsor possibility. Okay, and another feature worth mentioning is the capability. Capability in the InfoOps is referred as its asset or the artifact owned by the actor, such as the news website, content farm website, social media accounts and hashtags, or even, of course, the videos. And based on the capability, there's a more detailed framework. It's called adversarial misinformation and influence tactics and techniques. You can call it AMIT for short. This framework is designed by Professor Sarah Jane Turp. And this framework is based on the well-known cyber kill chain. And it has most important four features is planning, preparation, execution, and evaluation. We have used this framework to study all our InfoOps campaigns. And we will take this, our Xinjiang and Hong Kong campaigns with this framework. Okay, here's the TTP. To start with this, China has over 900 million netizens who spend 2 hours a day to see the video clips. So China has short video, is leading the short video content market. And okay. And China's state media has already gone on this trend to use video on social media. They refer this strategy as convergence media or omnium media. Based on this strategy, People's Daily built a smart media center. The board member has involved the China's telecom company and almost all social media giants. So on the China's version TikTok, which is Douyin, Chinese state media can reach impressive record on its videos, on any video they post. You can see a slide here. The two largest state media, People's Daily and CCTV, all reach 100 million followers as the most followed account on Douyin. Their videos can create massive engagement. So with that all in mind, please notice that inside China, these big tech companies are standing very closely with the Chinese government. In our observation, Bilibili, which is another video sharing platform in China, has a whitelist for the Chinese governmental account, meaning that the Bilibili censorship mechanism will not be used for the videos uploaded from the governmental accounts. And ByteDance provided a supportive plan for the Chinese government. The plan is called the Local Government Douyin Growth Plan. This plan can help the local government to promote their policy and propaganda. So the Chinese government now is having a strategy to post everything on Weibo, WeChat, and Douyin. It's called 两为一斗 in Chinese. So here's the overview about China's video-based info with emit text. We will have a detailed version in Silvia's talk, but in this overview, you can see that these campaigns have the technique to increase massive engagement, such as using botnets, or creating and using hashtags, paying ads, or using software in generating information pollution, or leveraging legitimate influencer and fabricating social media comments. And based on all the videos we collected, we divide our video collection into 4 kind of categories. First one is we call it news/propaganda clips, which are usually made by the state media. The second one is political commentary in Chinese language, which is made by China's affiliated key opinion leaders. The third one is the videos made by foreign YouTubers. And the last one is the low-cost videos. The last one is often use Google Translate voice and are spreaded by suspicious botnets. Okay, here's the example. The first one is the state media made video. This disinformation video is accusing the US is now creating a riot in Xinjiang. You can see the watermark here. It shows it is edited and translated by China's state media Beijing Review. Okay, if you can see the slide here, if you one state media posted, and you will find that almost every Chinese government account will repost this and trying to amplify this disinformation video. Okay. The next one is political commentary in Chinese language. Please notice that in China, those political KOLs are usually affiliated with the Chinese government. For example, the guy on the slide with a mask is actually the editor in Global Times, which is another state media. So in the videos posted by these Chinese KOLs, we identify lots of suspicious YouTube botnets will automatically repost this kind of video. The third one is the videos made by the foreign YouTubers. The guy on the slide are the most famous foreign defenders, such as Beret and Cyrus. According to the Western journalism, we can link this YouTuber to the Chinese government. The English newspaper, The Times, has found that the Chinese government paid Beret to produce pro-China propaganda videos. Okay, the first one is the low-cost news clips. These kind of videos share similar patterns, such as using Google Translate voices and spreading across Western social media. And we have identified lots of low-cost videos, and they were used to target Hong Kong audience. And these clips has a major thing is that they were framing the US for being a malicious and chaotic country. The video on the left is accusing the US for being the culprits behind Kazakhstan's protest, which has happened recently. And the video on the right side is that saying the US citizen is now living like in the hell because the US government is failing to handle the COVID-19. So in here, you can see that this kind of suspicious videos will posted by lots of suspicious Facebook fan page or YouTube account at almost the same time and with the same text. And their posts will have 10 to 30 comments, which their comments are usually copied from the editorial in the state media. And these kind of low-cost news clips will be uploaded to almost every social media from Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. And you can see our example here. This example is discrediting Hong Kong pro-democratic activities, which you can find it on YouTube and Twitter. Okay, so Silvia.
So in the next section, I'm going to talk about two notable Chinese InfoOps on social media over the past year, and they are the Stop Xinjiang Rumors and PatriotGoverning Hongkong campaign. So if you have been following China's influence campaign, you would know that over the past 2 years, the Chinese propaganda machine has been actively engaged in COVID-19 misinformation. So one of the recent examples is when they promoted speeches from a Swiss biologist whose existence is later denied by the Swiss authority. So because a lot of reports have been published and discussed, so today we're not going to focus on that part. So apart from the COVID-19 pandemic, the two important issues for Chinese InfoOps overseas are Xinjiang and Hong Kong, because both of the issues are have always been China's core strategic interest. And also in recent years, the Uyghurs' human rights abuses and China's oppression on Hong Kong protests have really taken a toll on China's global image. So by launching the InfoOps across social media platforms, not only that China is trying to shape and influence international perceptions of the two issues, but the regime is also trying to weaken the pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong. Because as you know, now the Hong Kong people still have access to foreign social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube. And the Chinese authority are really eager to influence the Hong Kong public opinion, especially targeting those young generation. But one thing is that China is facing challenges in its overseas campaign. And one of the most crucial challenges is that it gets no robust support from the foreign social media giant in terms of censorship and content promotion. So as what Che presented just now, the Chinese authority often gets supports and even by forcing the cooperation from ByteDance, WeChat, and Weibo, but this is not what they get on foreign platforms. So first we look at the Stop Xinjiang Rumors campaign. China has invested tons of efforts and resources in promoting an alternative narrative of the Xinjiang human rights abuses. So previously, the Australian think tank, the ASPI, has actually pinned down a Chinese marketing firm that operates one of the YouTube channels. And further analysis showed that the company is linked to the Xinjiang government. So today, we are going to look at the videos, and we found that there are social media accounts dedicated in promoting the hashtag along with the videos. And we have identified over 20 YouTube channels participating in this campaign and over 180 videos being uploaded on YouTube. So the campaign was first seen in 2020 and it is ongoing. So in the following slides, I will share some of the TTPs and mark them with tags in the EMIT framework. Next slide, please. So in this campaign, the actors extensively use this hashtag, and all of the videos promoting this hashtag are subtitled in both Chinese and English language, indicating that they are targeting Chinese and English audiences. And This video would feature Uyghurs speaking in Chinese, and the Uyghurs, they will emphasize the real life in Xinjiang and how grateful they are to the government of CCP. So although the individuals that appear in the videos are different and there are no connection between this channel, but those video, the narrative, the structure, and the subtitle format are highly identical. So from our observation, we have seen YouTube constantly removing this kind of bot channel from time to time, but even after some channels were banned, we continue to see similar channels and accounts being established and continue to spread similar content on a daily basis. Next slide. Yes, so apart from the videos featuring Uyghurs, we found that there are foreign influencers participated in this campaign. So from the news website, the only news website of Xinjiang called Tianshan.net, Tianshan Wang, the news site actually promoted the interview videos of two foreigners. And one of the foreigners is Noel Lee, an internet celebrity, a YouTuber from Singapore. So like we mentioned before, now that this state media, they like to leverage foreign voices or foreign faces, especially those from the English-speaking countries, to fight back against the investigation report made by Western media. So we can confirm whether this influencer are hired by the Chinese authorities or not. But in last July, BBC cited multiple sources at CGTN, and they reported that there are some CGTN departments who were instructed to find foreigner and influencer and send them to Xinjiang to film videos in representing China's views. So as you can see, Noel Lee himself is a YouTuber with over 13,000 followers. So although that is not a big number, but he has posted about 15 videos on Xinjiang with a pro-CCP perspective. So one of his Xinjiang video has hit over 120,000 views. And these interview videos were also amplified by bot accounts on Twitter. And you can even observe a weird code following the caption in the tweets, indicating that the tweets are highly possible operated by a mass management system, which allows user to batch manage thousands of social media accounts at once. So here is also the screenshot of the promotion of another video. And we also discovered the Japanese version of this hashtag being amplified on Twitter. As we can see, this hashtag, which translated into English is Uyghur genocide is a hoax. And to increase the exposure and the organic engagement of the tweets, this Twitter account will also leverage and hijack other popular hashtags at the moment. So for example, during the Mother's Day in last May, we can see that this Twitter accounts have posted videos accompanied with both genocide is a hoax, as well as the Mother's Day hashtag. So apart from those videos featuring Uyghurs and influencer, we also see low-cost news clip in this campaign. If you remember, they are what Che mentioned in his slide as the fourth type of the video. So this kind of video, they are composed of news clip and script written by state media editorial, and most of the videos are narrated by automated dubbing service. So in the Xinjiang campaign, this video, they would accuse the US for spreading lies about Xinjiang in the name of human rights. Again, we can see networks of bots flooding YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook group with these videos. And these channels and account, they tend to use English name, and we access that this is possibly want to describe themselves as foreigners. So in the comment section, you can also see the comment bots posting fake comments and hate speech to support China's narrative. Next slide. So what is most noteworthy is that the video's dissemination has evolved from the pure machine-driven flooding to organic real users' engagement. So because the above mentioned videos, they are not only disseminated and amplified by bots only, because now some Chinese diplomats, the wolf warriors, have started to promote this kind of videos too. So Chinese diplomat social media accounts, typically the follower ranges from hundreds to thousands. But as we know, one of the most famous wolf warrior, Zhao Lijian, his Twitter accounts has already hit 1 million followers on Twitter. So the engagement of the video can get really high. So next, we are going to look at video-based InfoOps targeting Hong Kong. So we noticed that after the outbreak of the protests, the Chinese state media, they started to establish their official accounts on Facebook. Next slide. And then we see that this official accounts and also the botnet has started to promote a hashtag called PatriotGoverning Hongkong. And this basically means that only pro-China and pro-CCP candidates are allowed to participate in Hong Kong election. So again, low-cost video are observed in this campaign. So background information, this kind of video, from what we observe, it first appeared in 2019, and they have been seen in various kind of campaigns, including the ones that attack Chinese businessman Guo Wengui. For example, Graphica has published a series of reports on this kind of videos and bot network. So our finding is that we observe, like in the Xinjiang campaign, this low-cost video, they actually have organic engagement and exposure because they are published and shared by pro-China political figures and those online influencers in Hong Kong. So from the screenshot, you can see the example of the low-cost video that is used to attack sometimes the US, sometimes the pro-democracy campaign in Hong Kong. And this is a Hong Kong politician. And then we can see that the identical videos was simultaneously uploaded by the bot network and also this real user. And the next slide. You can also notice that this pro-China Hong Kong political figures, they often have over 10,000 followers on YouTube. And usually their channel will share organic and authentic videos made by themselves. But from time to time, it's very weird, but they also uploaded this kind of auto-generated videos that promote the PatriotGoverning Hong Kong hashtag. Next slide. So we found that one of the Hong Kong politicians that helped promoting this video on YouTube is a member of the CPPCC Hebei committee. So what is CPPCC? This is actually a central part of the Chinese Communist Party United Front system. So it is part of the propaganda machine. So take this one video, for example. So this video, it attacks the Hong Kong Alliance, which is a pro-democracy organization in Hong Kong. So we found that this single video has been amplified by 2 political figures, 3 online influencers, 4 YouTube channels, and 4 Facebook pages. So here's a screenshot of how they upload the videos within a very short period of time. And the next slide. And again, the comment section of this bot channels is being flooded by the comment bots. So this is a Facebook page called the Rumor Debunker. It is one of the Facebook pages that is actively promoting this low-cost video. So according to Facebook page transparency, it has paid ads about social issue, election, and politics. So although the content of this page is mainly in Chinese language, it shows that the admins are located in France, US, and South Africa. So we don't know how Facebook identify admin location, but this indicates that the actor might be using a VPN service to hide their real location. So in summary, back to this EMIT framework. So by using the framework, we can see that so far, China's video-based campaigns are using similar tactic to increase the exposure and real user engagement of their propaganda videos. So the tactics include the bot accounts, channel, hashtag, ads, flooding, using influencer. And maybe some of you may know this, that I think some of the TTP is actually missed out in this framework. So for example, those low-cost news clip, which has just appeared in the recent years, or how the real world political figures has participated in the campaign of this automated bot channel to increase the exposure of the videos. But nevertheless, above all, I still think this is a very good framework for us to discuss and analyze this information in InfoOps. This makes us can investigate it like how we investigate APT campaigns. So last year, we have talked about how the actors can evolve and change their TTPs. By using this framework, it could be more efficient for researchers and stakeholders to describe and understand the incident. So another important question is that who is making this video? Because they look alike, they have same narrative and same template. So we found some clues in the videos, as there are watermarks can be seen in several videos in this campaign. Next one. So as you can see in this conspiracy video about the US Fort Detrick, there's a watermarks of sparks at the corner. We found that this logo actually belongs to a Chinese patriotic forum called Hong Ai Guo Tongmeng, which can be translated to a Crimson Patriotic League. So we access that this forum could be one of the actors responsible for the production of this low-cost propaganda and disinformation videos. We also found that this Patriotic League has official page and accounts on Facebook and YouTube, and their Twitter followers have reached over 15,000. So this is the final section, outlook and conclusion. Next slide. So what is next for China's InfoOps? As you can see, currently, China's video-based operation are using software to generate hundreds and thousands of videos that could be batch uploaded into cyberspace every day. But at the same time, we assess that the impact of this low-cost video is limited. But in the future, the application of advanced artificial intelligence could improve the production of these auto-generated videos in terms of quality and quantity. So the video production could be faster, more sophisticated, and more believable. And it is also possible we will also see more and more foreign influencers around the world participate in this campaign. And they could be either driven by financial motives, or it is also possible they genuinely believe the narrative created and promoted by the Chinese authority. So the next slide. So as for the governments around the world, this kind of information pollution is posing threats to democratic society. In order to fight back this state-sponsored info, transparency is key. So we believe transparent communication could help in building trust in public institutions and provide better environment for discussion. And as for the fact-check senders and social media firm, we have to acknowledge that the fact-checkers around the world are facing challenges because those myriads of video could paralyze these centers and the content supervision team. And the fact-checking is actually a complex issue, and it could lead to more disputes and argument. And another important thing is that so far the automatic solution for disinformation detection, especially in identifying disinformation in video format, is still in its early stages. And this problem is slowly emerging, as we know that last year, the Facebook whistleblower exposed that Facebook algorithm could amplify misinformation, and the algorithm was exploited by foreign adversary. And also, according to internal documents, Facebook AI cannot detect hate speech or violence consistently. So if this algorithm can't even detect hate speech in English precisely, not to mention other languages like Chinese. So collaboration with third-party researcher and organization has becoming exceptionally important at the moment. Cross-disciplinary approaches, for example, the approach of threat intelligence mindset could be effective in identifying future and emerging threats. So that is all for our presentation. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope it is thought-provoking. Thank you.